Girl, listen, I was up here trying to record this goddamn video, but coworker came up in here and then tried to make it seem like she ain't hear me outside or whatever, so she just came on up in here like, and then gonna say something. Are you through with your lunch? Girl, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, okay? But anyway, so this is a little story time, y'all, okay? And what actually jogged my memory about this whole thing, because I almost forgot about it. I tucked it away because it was a traumatic experience for me. Okay. My sister, she started her new job like probably a month ago. And so, I had called my mom and we was talking on the phone, and then I had asked, so how my sister doing? How's she doing or whatever? And she was like, she cool. She doing good with her job. And, she was telling me about one time when she was trying to get to work, on the train, somebody had came on the train. The police was looking for him, so the train had to stop. And if you out here in Chicago, the incidents and stuff that be happening with the red line mostly, okay? I think the blue line be having stuff and the green line, all right? But, and the red line is the subway system. It's really the subway. But that whole thing, the stopping on the train, you gotta wait and everything. That just made me remember an incident that happened back when I was in college and I was working when I first got to the library system. I got my first job. My first job, and at the original location that I was at Harold Washington location, okay? The Harold Washington Library, which was right across the street from my school. I told you guys that. And if you didn't know, there was a time where I just did not mess with trains at all. Like, for some reason, like, I used to get on trains with my mom and all that, and it was cool, but for some reason, I just had a fear of trains. I don't know if it necessarily was a fear. It was just like, I didn't want to do it. Okay, I didn't want to do it, for whatever reason. I don't know what happened, if anything happened, and as I'm trying to jog my memory to my childhood or whatever, I can't think of anything. It was just like one day I just decided, no, I ain't doing no trains. And I think it probably, if I'm thinking correctly, it probably was something that I saw on TV, like a news report or something that just made me scared, and I was a youngin'. And so at this point, I'm still like, I never get on the train. Mostly the way that you get around Chicago, and if you want to, you take the bus, okay, CTA. But if you want to get there a little bit faster, you get your ass on that train, okay? And if you're trying to go into downtown, the better way, especially, is to go to the train station, get on the train or whatever. And so from my house, all I would have to do was take a bus to the train station and then get on the orange line or the red line, and I normally would eventually start taking the orange line. So what wound up happening is, somehow I just went on ahead and I got out of my fear of getting on the train, and I've been taking it. I was taking it regularly. Nothing was going wrong or whatever. This one particular day, it was summertime too, just like it is now, okay? And the orange line, when it gets almost to Roosevelt, when it's going out of Halsted, and some of my Chicago people, y'all know this, that's why I'm giving y'all directions. And some of y'all probably would remember this. I don't know if y'all would, but I don't know. What wound up happening is, like, it goes to Halsted and then it goes up onto the elevated track, like the elevated tracks, okay, to go to Roosevelt, and then after Roosevelt is the next stop, which would be the library, Jackson. And so, or Van Buren, whichever one you want to call it. So we pull up out the station from Halsted, right? Everything is cool. It's an empty train because at this point, it's in the middle of the day. And so I was going to work, and at that time I wasn't full-time, I was part-time. That's why I was in the middle of the day. And my schedule used to go up and down, like it'd alternate, And so we pull up out the station. Everything is going good, right? I got my headphones on. I do realize that it is a pregnant lady on the train. We're spaced out. It probably wasn't no more than 10 people in the car with me. And I always used to get in the back car, okay? No matter what it is, no matter what time of day, I always try to get that last car. And so I'm vibing, I was like getting myself prepared, getting myself in the mind frame to come to work and do some work, okay? Let me amp myself up, I don't know. We turned the corner and then shit just went left, okay? Shit just went left. Girl, all of a sudden we heard a and then we was like, I was like, what the fuck? And I just realized that we're tilted. What is going on? Why do it feel like we're hanging? Baby, we turned that corner in my car. No, I wasn't in the last car. Was I in the last car or was I in the second to last car? Were we in the last car? I think I was either in the last car or the second to last car. Either way, that bitch derailed. Okay? And we was hanging over. The booty was hanging over. Girl, no, I was in the second to last car. Because the last car was just hanging all the way over. And then my car, it was booty hanging over a little bit or whatever. So we're literally tilted and we got to hold on trying to make sure that we stay stable or whatever. Baby, let me tell you something. That shit was so scary. I was so traumatized. I said, what is going on? It was a pregnant lady on the train too. And we didn't realize how severe it was because any real subtle movement could have had just yanked the train down and we would have crashed and it would have been a whole bunch of injuries. Okay, because like I said, we're on an elevated track. Now the way that the train was hanging and the feet, it was enough for them to get a crane and they had to literally come pick us up out of there. Okay, but and it was still on the ground. The crane was on the ground and they had to come up there and get us. But baby, when I tell you that shit scared the fuck out of me, the way it derailed, that booty just was hanging over like this. Okay, and I'm trying to stay calm. In my mind, I'm sitting there like, listen, this is the fuck why I don't want to, this is why I didn't want to get on no trains in the first place, okay? This is what it is, all right? Look at what just happened. It was like my life flashed before my eyes because I'm trying to calm down in my head and not seem like I'm nervous, not seem like I'm scared. But in my mind, you know me, I'm an overthinker. I'm just like, oh my God, the train is about to fall. We about to crash. Final Destination 3 is coming into my mind. When she was on that train at the end and then it got into that car crash. It got into that train crash or whatever after that rat put that goddamn food on the damn track, okay, and then ate that shit, was nibbling on shit. Next thing you know, them trains were going to each other like this, and then she got up out of there, got thrown out, and then she wound up getting ran over. If you ain't seen Final Destination 3, I just spoiled the fucking ending for you, but hey, it is what it is. You should have been saw it. But I was just sitting here like, oh my God, I'm trying to calm down. It was a lot, okay? And then I thought I was about to lose it because it was the pregnant woman. She was on there and she was crying so bad. And they was trying to calm her down. And I tried to turn on my music because we had to wait for people to come. And they was trying to move us. They was trying to move us from our train car to the train car that was still on the tracks, you know, who was still firmly on the tracks. And we couldn't because the doors wasn't lined up. You know, the doors was twisted. And I was just like, oh my God, how are we going to get out of here? How are we going to get out of here? And so, like I said, eventually, like, I had to call my job. I was literally like 5 minutes away from my job on the train, okay? But a good 15, 20 minutes away had I had to walk from Roosevelt all the way down there, which eventually I had to do, baby, because I wasn't gonna stand there and wait for a bus to come and take me all the way down there and get there in a couple of minutes after the bus got there. No, I still would have had to wait for the bus to come, but they had to get a crane, and it was like a little buggy or something like that was in it, you know, that we can, you know how like when you go to Home Depot, and they try to put the stuff up there and they got like probably something a little, I don't know. It was a crane like situation that you can come up in there like a basket. You can stand up in there, but you had to literally go underneath the thing. And I was sitting there when they came up there, they was taking us one by one. And I was just looking like, how the hell I'm gonna get underneath that? Because it was a bar, you know. I was like, I'm a big girl. And I was a little, I don't know, was I bigger then? No, I wasn't bigger then. I probably was a little bit smaller then, but I still was big, okay? And I'm just trying to figure out, now, how the hell am I going to get my big ass through that and get off and not embarrass myself? because I was scared to fucking step out. Mind you, took one wrong step and I could have fell down there to the goddamn ground, okay? But eventually, you know, I somehow mustered up some strength, mustered up some courage, and I said, Ashley, you gonna slide your ass in here. I don't give a fuck how I look. You gonna slide, you gonna roly pole, you gonna do something, bitch. You gonna get up off this train safe and sound. And so somehow, by the grace of God, I was able to get underneath the thing, you know, and I just stayed in the position that I was in when I got on there. I ain't try to stand up. I ain't try to do nothing. I just stayed there until they put me down on that floor, and I rolled my ass up out of there. I said, oh my God. You know, I had to call my job and tell them what happened. I was so shook when I got on that floor, when my foot hit solid ground. I was shook, okay? You know, they heard it in my voice when they was like, girl, you okay? I said, no, bitch, we just derailed. And you know what happened? I still went on here and I went to work. I walked all the way there. I had to get that adrenaline off of me. I had to get the shockness off of me. That's why I didn't take the bus, because I could have waited or whatever. I just went on ahead and started walking. I had to get that out of me. I had to get it out of me. I had to walk it out, you know. And that was a scary ass time. That is one thing that I never thought would ever happen to me, with being a train derailment. Like, we see this stuff happen all the time, and then you hear about it in the other countries where, you know, it be mass casualties or mass injuries and stuff like that. I was just so thankful that it happened the way that it happened, and the train didn't completely fall all the way over, because when I tell you that back car was hanging the fuck down, I felt so bad for those that was back there. Yes, it was the back car. Girl, they had to get them out first, okay? Because it was scary. It was scary. That was the most scariest thing ever in my life. I just realized that, because, baby, when I tell you my life flashed before my eyes, that's what it did. But if y'all had anything, put it down in the comments. Y'all had some, like, I want to say life or death type of situation, but something that scared the fuck out of you like that, okay? Put it down up in the comments, and I will see you guys later. All right, I gotta get downstairs to the desk. That's what I'm trying to hurry up, but that's what it is, because I gotta go to the bathroom. That lady really came up in here and gonna ask me, are you through with your lunch? Girl, shut up. Shut up. Okay, mind your business. Let me go.